we have Nova taking on Vitang. We have UZP1, Wei, XC, and L period.
Over on the other side, Vitang brings Lanzalotta, PSH, Caldron, Younghun, and Urek.
This is going to be a huge matchup. Nova with the advantage at this point, but it's looking like UZP of Nova is going to be the first attacker, an average destruction percentage of 84%. We're gonna see what he's gonna decide to come in with, because Nova actually qualified here with only winning the 2 wars. Actually, both Vitang and Nova won in the qualifiers, the first 2 matches in the finals. They didn't have to go to a force of game 3. So this is a clash of the Titans here.
That's right, yeah, and it's pretty interesting to point that out too, because I think that both of these teams are very consistent performers, but they put all their chips in when it matters the most. Nova was actually, I think, 0-4 in the preliminary stage moving into the bracket, but because they accumulated enough stars to advance, it didn't matter that they lost any of the wars. This time, they know what they've got to do. It's putting up more stars than Vitang does, so whether you get that through offense or defense, it's the same either way. Their defense held up magnificently yesterday, earning a 1-star victory against Vitang, and leaving them with a 3-star advantage overall. That puts them in an extremely comfortable position here now. Both of these teams have been together for 2+ years, so they're very familiar with the attack strategies that their teammates like to use, and knowing how they prepare together. There's a lot of inter-team synergy here, and we're going to see it all on the line now, Carbon Finn.
We will see it all coming down to these final moments. We have UZP going to be hitting Cauldron of Vitang. And UZP has actually gotten the 2 triples in the qualifiers, going to try to get a couple more, at least another one here to add to Nova's lead, which they do have that 3-star lead at the moment, 12-9. So be curious to see if he's going to go more for the safer 2 to help make sure he locks up that Town Hall, the 2-star. And Vitang really has to take the risks here.
UZP has a 33% hit rate, earning 2 3-star hits out of the 6 wars that they fought in their most recent qualifier. He had a 92.2% average destruction, so get ready to see some buildings crumble. He says that his mindset is to ensure that the strongest survive. The survival of the fittest is his primary principle here, so it's all about bulking up and bringing the heaviest attack you can. Balloons are his favorite troop, but he's gonna go for Hog Riders this time, staying on the ground. He's a 33-year-old working at an electronics factory, so let's see if he can bring to bear all the skills he's learned with this team and preparing for the match today with this Hog Rider hit, Carbon.
Yeah, we have Wei just scouting right up behind his shoulder to help make sure he activates any of the royal abilities and doesn't miss anything. Now the Queen is going to be charging into the space, so let's see if the wall breaker is going to be able to open the wall. They do, so now the Queen can get to this Town Hall and be able to take that down. There is the Lava Hound over there, which is actually going to be moving away from the Queen. That's going to help quite a bit. Has to freeze the Town Hall to make sure that the Queen can help get through, and the healers do not get hit and taken down way too quickly here. And he does have the skeleton spell that can be used for the enemy Queen, but he's charging through here. Still has the Hog Riders and that Stone Slammer. This is looking pretty strong here, Woody.
It's looking very strong. Yeah, this is an interesting base layout from Cauldron. It seems that most of the defenses are kind of packed into that top right section of this base. Spread out multi-target Infernos, as well as an Archer Queen and an Eagle Artillery kind of toward the center section there. He gave up that that Town Hall really early, but it looks like he will still be able to push through this top layer with Hog Riders streaming through, crashing into a lot of giant bombs though. Oh. They've taken a ton of damage, Carbon Finn.
Wow, look at these Hogs moving through. Pops that Great War Internal Tome as the Hogs are kind of splitting from the Warden, drops the poison and the Skellies right on top of this Queen. Is it going to be enough for the Hogs to move through here? No more spells. The Queen is actually going to stay alive. A balloon on the back end to help try to pick off the air, that move over to the Archer Tower. They're going to be taken down there. The enemy Queen is still alive. She does not go down. The Hogs are moving through this bottom bottom side here. He's gonna have to rely on the queen and her ability to take the queen down. Is he gonna have enough to get through? It looks like the hogs are getting picked off slowly as they're moving through the bottom side of this base. Still has the royal cloak of the queen, but that multi-target Inferno is actually reachable from the inside of this base here. About 45 seconds left. If this queen can walk around and get these defenses, this could potentially be a 3-star here for Nova.
Might still be the 3-star. The cleanup is looking good. The queen is actually going to target onto that wall instead of walking around it. So that might be a bit of a difficulty for her. It looks like UCP does have a bit of cleanup, but he's got to hold on to that goblin a little bit longer until that archer tower can retarget. He's going to move on to the gold storage
seconds. Oh my goodness, and they're gonna kick it off with a 3-star for Nova. About 15 seconds left here. We have the wizard and the goblins on the outside. This is gonna be the final thing. Units left, they're gonna be able to take it down. They're celebrating. Gonna be a 3-star for Nova.
With only seconds remaining, UCP has done it. 3 stars to start the day for the Chinese team.
What a beautiful queen charge hog attack. Even took the Skelly spell when he didn't even need it because the enemy queen did not go down to it. So beautiful job, got so much value. That queen ended up helping finish off the rest of this base. And that's the beautiful thing about a queen charge. If you keep that queen alive, you keep those healers alive, she can help finish off a base and get that triple just like he did for Nova.
Now with a 4-star lead, Nova is going to be extremely hard to catch up. Vatang basically needs to 3-star every single attack that they have in this war, Carbon Fin.
Yeah, they're going to have to answer the call now at this point or hope for some solid defenses. You know, you're trying to hope for those 1-stars, but when your opponent knows they just need that 2, it could be a completely different strategy.
Vatang stepping up to the plate. The first attacker will be Young Hun. He's a 28-year-old. Works at Incheon International Airport, so I might get a chance to see him pretty soon here on my travels. He didn't manage to get a 3-star in the qualifier period, but had an 83% average attack. He said that Lava Loon is one of his favorite strategies, but he's coming in with Mass Dragons this time. He saw a few successful Mass Dragon hits in a couple of wars prior to this one. Might have learned a thing or two, and let's see if his planning pays off here, Carbon Fin.
Yeah, he actually has the bat spells as well with these dragons to help move in, help move around the base. We're taking a look at where you got to keep your eye out on the splash damage buildings like Wizard Tower, the multi-target Infernos, and then as he's going to try to charge in and that sweeper. Let's see what's coming out of this clan castle. Some archers. There also might be a Lava Hound, which won't come out if that queen does not walk inside the base to pull it there. The Stone Slammer's coming out top side. Get ready for this Grand War Internal Tome over this town hall. He does pop it there. He's moving through the sweeper. He's getting a ton of value, but hopefully this Lava Hound does not draw the dragons down, but it looks like it's going to over there. Oh, unfortunately, they're going to have to work and pop that Hound.
Yeah, he loses a couple of those dragons, actually even more, maybe 3 or 4 as they work their way along the outer edge toward that Lava Hound. Still, they're all pretty well, relatively clumped up here. They're going to pass back, retreat, and regroup for the second stage of this air attack here. They'll take down that air sweeper, a good hit for them as that sweeper can really slow down these dragon attacks. Uses that free spell to lock up that Eagle Artillery and give these dragons another little bit of a chance. Can that balloon clump take out the Eagle Artillery? Would be really helpful.
That will help quite a bit. The Eagle does go down right there. He's got some cleanup on the top side, but unfortunately this air defense and that multi-target Inferno are going to be way too much. Plus, look at those Expos, Archer Towers, way too much. Those bats, when he dropped, got picked off so fast. That multi-target Inferno actually ended up having to pick off a lot of the bats after the freeze wore off there. And now it's going to finish right near an 80%. Looks like it's going to finish about 78. He's got to work his way all the way through this gold storage with just about a minute left. I mean, Vatang needs to try to answer with some 3-stars to make a comeback here.
Plenty of time to finish off this gold storage, but Vatang, without the 3-star in their first hit, are going to need a defensive victory against Nova here now.
If they're going to be able to get this one, the matchup, they're going to have to be answering that call. I'm going to be curious to see what type of attack strategies are going to try to do. We saw in the previous war, they came in with flying around from the opposite side of the town hall because they knew they needed to go all out for the triple, and that could result in the 1-stars. But at this point, you have to take the risks, because if you don't win this war, you are not going to be advancing and going home.
I'll tell you what, Carbon, patience is a virtue, often is rewarded, but I'm not quite sure that this archer is going to get the job done. That gold storage is looking pretty beefy, and I think it's thanks to those reinforced locks that it's going to be able to hold up against that bow attack.
Emily the Archer tried everything that she could, but unfortunately it ends with 2 stars and 78% for Vatang. With that, they're not really on track here to beat Nova, especially since they started with a triple themselves.
Yeah, to start off this war with a 3-star is a huge confidence booster. And now we have XC coming in for Nova to try to answer the call. Be curious, he's joining the team here for the World Finals. Can he step up in the clutch moments to help give Nova an even greater advantage in the quarterfinals?
With a 4-star lead, Nova's got little to worry about, but this is not the time to take your foot off the gas pedal. XC is one of the new members of the Nova team, and we'll see soon whether this 25-year-old is going to have the skills it takes to justify his spot on this world-class roster. A master of the Hog Riders instead has brought 7 dragons here. He really enjoys travel, and said if he earns a big prize here in this $1 million prize pool event, that he's going to use it to take a vacation somewhere, Carbon Finn.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely needed after all the practicing and building that went into these world championships here. So much time and effort, and he's deciding, you know what? The drag bat is going to be the strategy for this base, flying in towards that town hall. And he still doesn't actually have the Stone Slammers flying on the top side by that Archer Tower. So we still are going to have that multi-target Inferno towards the bottom side of the screen. 2 E-Dragons are actually flying in here as well. Can he get the value in the Chain Lightning? Get ready for the Grand War Internal Tome. And there it is, popped. He needs to take this Town Hall down. He's going to be able to help clear it. But that Ice Golem is not distracting the Wizard Tower on the top side, and that's where the bats are coming through.
XC is losing a lot of troops to that Giga Bomb. Saw them pop out of that siege machine, and almost immediately afterwards, they fell down to the ground. Dragons have met quite a bit of resistance from this base, trying to get some support from those bats, but multi-target Inferno burns them up faster than a hot knife goes through butter.
Unfortunately, not going to be able to help get to the core of this one with that Eagle still raining fire down on the troops. The E-Dragons left up, Wizard as well, trying to grab as much value as possible. But he's at just in the mid 80% here with about a minute left here. And a lot of the troops that went up to the top side, but that Ice Golem was stuck on the outside mortar, and unfortunately, he had to use that free spell too early and could not use it later for the multi-target Infernos, which then took out the bats as they flew through this base here.
Last Electro Dragon goes down, and XC will have a 2-star 87% to go home with.
2-star 87%, still a solid percentage there, and they are looking very good, in a great position at this point to help try to advance to the semifinals. And now we have PSH for Vatang. They need a 3-star in this moment. Can they get this done, Woody?
PSH has done it before. He got 2 3-star hits in the qualifier. He's one of the strategists for Vatang, enjoys working with his teammates to try to figure out the best way to crack through a base. He says he really loves the challenge of finding the most difficult base to try to take down. He's going to have a really good challenge up against Nova coming up soon.
Yeah, these are the moments that they have been dreaming for. So can they step up and get it done? And he's in the attack. We're gonna jump into it here with the Queen Walk Miner Hog hybrid attack. We've seen it once before here, and it's a very strong strategy if you can help set that funnel. So the miners will go building to building, while Hogs will clear the defenses way quicker. And let's see, because he's gonna have to charge through here, and they need a 3-star at this point because everything's on the line.
PSH said that the prize that he's going to win from this Clash of Clans World Championship, he's going to take home to his wife to boast about his performance here, and then promptly hand over the money straight to her.
Really nice, look at that. But now sending the wall wrecker from the top side. We have the king up there as well. Queen's at the bottom, and he's already sending the miners right in right away. He is not waiting, so he's gonna have the queen walk around the outside of the space. Hogs are coming down. Beautiful thing about using the miners is they will be able to help activate the town hall by damaging it. Then the hogs will target it, and you can use this Grand War Eternal Tome moving through, and the hogs can help take out the enemy queen through the core. He's got to get that poison down. There's so many archers, and then baby dragon in the core. Queen's getting some nice value, and he's trying to charge through here, but can he have enough here? He already had to pop that Grand War Eternal Tome over the town hall. He's looking over his shoulder here to help. Is there a poison spell that has not yet been dropped, or he has a second one in that composition? It looks like.
Yeah, you can still hold on to that and use it a little bit later if he finds some more enemy troops to have to deal with. He's going to drop a free spell and catches that Wizard Tower there, trying to give these miners a little bit more of a push through this base. They still have a multi-target Inferno on the backside though, and I think that might be an even bigger threat to have to worry about. Usually you see a lot of heal spells with these mass miner attacks, but it looks like PSH has gone instead for that freezy kind of strategy, trying to reach through this base and shut down enemy defenses. Fortunately for him, though, his Archer Queen stuck on that Lava Hound means that he's going to be missing out on a lot of offensive DPS that he needed to take out those defenses earlier on. He still has quite a bit of time left for cleanup, and if he can make it through these pups, that Queen should be able to get quite a bit of damage in here, but she's going to start taking shots from 3, maybe even 4 defenses as she moves through, and I think that those healers are a bit too slow to keep up.
Yeah, he had to pop the Royal Cloak right there to help get the Queen as many of the buildings as possible. The Queen goes down, a 91% 2-star with 1 wizard on the outside here. It's going to get picked off as he moves into this expo. Unfortunately, not going to get this one done. He ran out of the troops right in the core there. Had to pop Grand War Eternal Tome pretty early because of that Town Hall and the Giga Bomb. The wizard, it's like, gonna try to make it through, but that expo is just going to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, he can do quite a bit of damage, but he's kind of like a glass cannon. He needs something out in front to boulder through and protect that firepower, else he's going to go down just like that.
Higher percentage for Vatang here, but still just not enough. They're not living up to the flow and the rhythm they would need right now to play their game and actually find themselves in the semifinal here.
Yeah, Vatang really has to step up, but it's coming down. Next attacker is Juan, and I know Juan loves to use those E-Dragons. He's a master with that attack strategy. Can he get it done here? But I mean, he's done so many different attacks, and he's decided not to do E-Dragons here, but coming in with the Queen Charge Hogs, he's gonna move through the ground this time.
Juan is one of the players that Nova added during the course of their push through the qualifiers. Earlier on in the previous months, they didn't have him on the roster, and they had a bit more difficulty making it deep into the bracket, but with the addition of Juan, their highest hit rate player, he got 4 3-star hits out of his 6 attacks in the last qualifier. He has over a 90% average destruction, so he's definitely the sort of guy that you would want to see put that final nail in the coffin for Vatang. Nova is looking to claim victory here with this heavy-handed hog hit. And Juan is the sort of guy to trust in his teammates to finish things up afterwards.
Look at that beautiful use of the balloons, using the rage not only to help the balloons, but also the healers to keep that Queen alive. The multi-use of that and taking out that multi-target Inferno was a beautiful idea to help charge the Queen into this base. Drops another rage for the Town Hall. He's gonna get so much value through this base here. He needs to be able to take out that enemy Queen. He's gonna be able to charge here. Here comes the Hog Riders. Where's the Grand Warden right behind? He's coming down, still has the Stone Slammer, drops it on the bottom side, pops the Queen ability. Can she go for the enemy Queen? It looks like she locks on it. The Queen goes down right there in the core.
Nicely done, Juan. Keep up the pressure. Hogs are going to make their way onto that Eagle Artillery, but trigger a giant bomb in the meantime. They're taking a ton of damage, but they're pounding back just as hard as they're taking it. These Hog Riders Fighters find another big splash damage. A giant bomb goes off, or maybe that was a bomb tower. Wizard Tower firing away at them as fast as they can. Can they make it through, Carbon Spin?
Look at this, the Expo is in the core here that the Hogs will be able to take out. The Queen stays up on the outside. This is looking really good for one. Oh, Nova, there's nothing left in the core other than that Archer Queen platform. She can just work her way all the way around. The defenses are now going to be down. It's a matter of cleanup. You can hear everyone cheering for one of Nova. Going to be able to add another 3-star to the board and help get them another advantage over Vatang.
Wow, so impressive. That is gonna be it. Nova with 20 stars now on their 8 attacks is gonna be nearly impossible for Vatang to catch up.
Beautiful job with that planning to have that Queen walking on the outside to the top and then sending the Rage to help the healers to keep that Queen alive, and then the balloons move over the wall to grab that multi-target Inferno. Such beautiful planning in that attack, and now we have Cauldron of Vatang that has to answer with a 3-star of his own, and literally everything's on the line in these attacks.
Cauldron is a 28-year-old student. He's the captain of this Korean team. He also has one of the highest hit rates of any member of this team, earning 3-3-star hits in the 6 attacks that we saw during their May qualifier. He said that Queen Charge Lalo is one of his favorite attacks, but he's using P.E.K.K.A. Smash this time. He said that he picked his name Cauldron because it's the #1 player in billiards. That's one of his favorite pastimes. So shout out to his namesake there. He says that he enjoys extreme relaxation, even in the harshest of conditions. And that's what Cauldron is going through now as Vatang, down by 7 stars, has got a massive hill to climb.
Yeah, everything is coming down to these attacks. They need to be able to get the triples. The Warden Walk is going to be able to walk his way towards the left, it looks like, but there's still some buildings on the right side. We're going to be curious where the Warden's going to walk. Remember, the Warden is a support unit hero. The moment you drop the P.E.K.K.A.s, the bowlers, the rest of the troops near him, he's going to stop hitting whatever he's hitting. He's going to go move over to help support those units.
So he was going for that gold mine over on the bottom corner, but instead now, once the P.E.K.K.A.s are down, he's going to shift his focus to support them. We get a jump spell right into that major compartment over on the left side. That'll get them right toward that multi-target Inferno. Nice and fast. That'll also pull out the Clan Castle troops and give Cauldron perfect clearance here to drop that poison spell to get a bit more work done on them. He's actually choosing not to drop the poison spell, though. He sees that Lava Hound flying up top, and he's going to wait for his Archer Queen to pop them before he drops it.
Yeah, the Town Hall is still alive, hitting the healers and everything in the core, and he has yet to drop the Stone Slammer, making sure that the Town Hall is going to be dealt with. The Queen is working on the Town Hall here, has a jump on the backside of the top, and there is the Stone Slammer to the left there, and has no more spells, unfortunately, for whatever's going to come out of here, but that Queen ability is going to help take down that multi-target Inferno. He's going to get quite a bit of value here, but no more healers, unfortunately. So he's going to have to pop that Queen ability and hope that the rest of the troops can get through it, but with no more healers and no more heal spell, these troops are going to just start losing health so fast to these defenses here, Woody.
That's going to be it. Man, we expected to see some of the best bases in the business, and Nova has not disappointed. I don't think there's been a single 2-star against them in the entire series yet. The 8th attack now in the books shows an average destruction that's going to be just around that 80% mark, but wow, Nova's base building is unparalleled in this Clash of Clans World Championship, Carbon Fin.
Yeah, there are absolutely beautiful bases. They've put in so much effort. Nova actually was doing a 30-day boot camp before this, getting ready and preparing for this World Championship. So they have been testing bases so much every single day. And you can tell they are extremely prepared and coming in with one of the top-notch bases we've ever seen.
A little bit of cleanup left along the outer edges, and Cauldron is going to reach that 90% mark, far above the 79% average hit that we've seen so far from Vatang. So congratulations to him, but still a few more defenses along the outer edge that he just couldn't pass up.
Bases so far of Nova proved too challenging for Vatang here to strike a 3-star attack that it was so desperately needed on the way to the semifinal. But next up will be LP from Nova trying another 3-star for them.
curious to see what LP is going to be coming in with. I know he is one of the Air Masters, and that's exactly what he's coming in with, the Queen Charge Lalo. And he's going to be popping that King ability to help set that funnel, finds the Tesla over on the outside, drops the Rage, opens up that first wall right there, has a handful more of wall breakers. Can he actually keep charging in and get not only a 1, 2, or even a triple layer wall break here, Woody?
Dutch Master will waste no time on his way in. Elperiod is a 23-year-old student. He earned 2 3-star hits in the qualifying series. He said that balloons are his favorite troop, so let's see the Master in his element. He said that his specialty is getting a last-second triple, so don't wait. We're going to see until the very end of this attack whether or not he's going to get the job done.
We saw some of the attacks that we thought were going to be 1-stars that actually turned into 3-stars here, so you can't ever count any attack out until that final buzz, the time goes out. Now the Queen is going to be helped take out this Town Hall, and then once he grabs this Town Hall, I'm going to be curious where he's going to start the rest of the raid, but there's some wall breakers. He's going to try to charge in and get the enemy Queen because he has no other way of taking that Queen down.
Lots of resistance against this Queen. He pops her ability and finishes off that Lava Hound. The pups come out, and some skeletons are going to take some damage alongside the pups in that poison spell. Nice early stab here from LP, and he'll move into the second stage of his raid now. He's already finished off that Town Hall for first star, and that second one is going to be coming in very shortly right afterwards. Sends in a dragon and some balloons to take out that Eagle Artillery. Nice snipe there from Elperiod. Wow. That's going to be really difficult for these defenses to hold up when so many troops are still crashing in. He's got a multi-target Inferno, but freezing that leaves very little resistance.
Wow, look at that. The dragon was able to help take out that enemy Queen in the core. Tons of balloons left. This is looking good. He's shaking his head. They are actually clapping there. It's looking wonderful for LP of Nova to help finish this one off with that Queen Lalo. The Queen walking and getting so much value on the top side. He still sent wall breakers up there, didn't get it, but he was able to help charge the Queen, and that dragon inside that Stone Slammer clutched up, took out that Queen. Another 3-star for Nova.
Magnificent, magnanimous. This Master of Disaster has got it done again. A third 3-star hit from Elperiod will ensure their advancement to the semifinals. Nova is sitting high and dry with 2 attacks left to face off against from Vatang.
Look at that. 3 triples here for Nova in the second match of the quarterfinals. And now Vatang is just looking to try to get some more 3-stars, but unfortunately with that third triple right there, that's pretty much going to be it for the, but I mean, we still want to see what Vatang can do. Can they end up actually answering with their own? It looks like a P.E.K.K.A. Smash is the attack coming in here using the Grand Warden on the outside towards 3 on the right side. Be able to help reach over the wall, set the funnel, and then charge into the base with the P.E.K.K.A.s and the bowlers.
Carmen, we saw a 5-star gap as the biggest so far between MCES and the Queen Walkers. It looks like Nova might be on the path to make it even larger with their performance here today. They've already got that expected 6-star gap, but could close it out even higher with their last remaining attack. Still, let's give Urek a chance at the limelight. The 29-year-old from Seoul, South Korea, says that P.E.K.K.A. bow, which is his favorite strategy, and he's brought it to bear in this crucial moment. He wants to use his prize money to buy an iPod, and he's gonna have a lot more left over after that. $1 million up for grabs here in the total prize pool. And what does first place get again, Carbon Fit? Isn't it $250,000?
$250,000 going to the first place winner of the first ever Clash of Clans World Championships. It is unbelievable to see everything being put together, and now Vatang wants to try to get their share of that prize money. But we're trying to charge in with the P.E.K.K.A. Stone Slammer takes out that Town Hall. Healers stay alive in the core. We still have another haste potential balloons that come out of the Stone Slammer to get the value, but that Queen still has her Royal Cloak. She can stay up and help clear the whole top side. This actually might look like they have a chance, but looks like the P.E.K.K.A.s are going down in the core. No more healers, unfortunately.
Sometimes attacks start off really slow and build up strength, and sometimes you just gotta lay it all on the line, send them in, and hope for the best. Urek is definitely one of the massive attackers on the Team Vatang, sending it all in as quick as he could, but those troops just could not get that like pancake squish effect they were looking for quickly enough. And with that, it looks like we're gonna have a 2-star from Vatang, passing that 80% threshold thanks to the cleanup along the outside edge. That Baby Dragon still raged up and burping as fast as he can. Those fireballs are pretty hot. I don't think that Dark Elixir drill can withstand the heat.
It's just the Baby Dragon left here trying to get as much percentage. Archer Tower's trying to pick it off here. About an 84% might be able to grab this, but the air defense is going to help pick it off and finishes at a 2-star, 84% for Vatang.
No chance here for Vatang to catch up to Nova, but I have to highlight Nova on 23 stars, which means if they do another triple now in the last attack, they're on 26, which is currently the highest star number in the quarterfinals. So Tribe Gaming is on the same, and then we've got 22 and 25 and 22. Oh, 22 and 20, by the way. 25 would be...
That's a lot of numbers.
No, 25 is MCS. There's too many numbers for me now.
Sincere appreciation of the Baby Dragon. we had a beautiful Baby Dragon in that last hit, Renee, and I'm sure your eyes were glued to the screen as he got his last little hits off.
Yes, and now we have the final attack for Nova. For Wei. Can he help get another 3-star? Can they get 4 here and 1 away from a perfect war? And he's trying to come in with that Queen charge Lalo, dropping the Queen on the left side. He has some wall breakers to be able to charge into that potential multi-target Inferno that's up on the top side, but that Eagle Artillery is towards the bottom. I don't know if the Queen's gonna actually end up walking down and back around. Curious to see wall breaks right into this bottom section here, actually. He's gonna be able to reach over the wall, grab the Eagle, a multi, clear the clan castle, and then there's the jump leading into the enemy Queen.
Wei is a 22-year-old captain for Team Nova. He's got some of the best experience of any player on this team. He's been playing for over 6 years now. He said that he loves scouting out bases to try to figure out a way to deconstruct them, and really relies a lot on the support of his teammates to make sure that he gets the job done. He's actually got one of his old teammates and his coach now, LMF, in the arena to help boost the profile of this Nova team. Wei is looking, as Renee mentioned, to get that last 3-star and ensure that they have the highest score of any team at the World Finals here.
Very impressive to be competing for such high stakes here and getting it done. So much is on the line. It's unbelievable the focus that these players have. And Wei is focused on taking out that enemy Queen. Still has her Royal Cloak, has to drop this Grand Warden and the balloons because time. If you don't drop it enough, you're gonna run into the time fail issue. But there comes the balloons. Lava Hound is actually flying all the way across here to the bottom side because that's the only air defense left in the base. Queen Burn's ability, can she work on the enemy Queen here? Looks like she's walking towards the top. Pops this Grand Warden Turtle Tome over the Town Hall. Is it gonna be able to help take it down? It does, and he's moving through the back end here, Woody. Can he get it done?
It's gonna be tough, but he's got a lot of balloons left to do. It uses that final freeze spell, and that could be enough. The balloons are making their way onto that multi-target Inferno. It can only burn up 5 balloons at a time, and there's way more than that still left. They've got one more air defense to finish off and a couple more Archer towers along the bottom side of the space. Fortunately for Wei, they will target onto enemy defensive structures, and I think that's gonna be it. Carbon Fin, 3 stars for Nova, puts them at 26 total. The highest score that we've seen from any team in this competition.
Putting up 14 stars in this one war. 3 stars, unbelievable performance. We saw Tribe do that in the first game, but to do it here live on the stage when everything and all the eyes are on you, unbelievable from Wei of Nova.
Nova with so much to be proud of, the rising star. The newcomers, having been the last to qualify for this event, are all of a sudden gonna be the talk of the town now. They might be the team to beat when it comes to handing out that $1 million prize pool.
Absolutely, everyone's got their eyes now on Nova with that unbelievable performance. And I mean, that is, look at that. They're actually on the opposite side of Tribe Gaming, and those were the top 2 performances of this quarterfinals. And now we have one of the final attack for Vatang coming in with that Queen Charge Hog attack. Can they end up actually answering and trying to pull it closer? They need to get a triple, and they're gonna try to get it with this Queen Charge attack.
last chance for Lance Lata. He's a 31-year-old office worker from Korea. He hadn't gotten a 3-star yet, so now's the time to do it as the finisher for Team Vatang. He says he really enjoys the heavy pressure, and now's the time to make the most of it. With 27 Hog Riders to back up this early hero charge in the top, that Queen is doing her best to stay up and active. Has to use that ability, though, that Royal Cloak going to protect her for a little while as these troops stream on through. Healers keeping her nice and topped off. Can't she make it all the way to the Town Hall, Carbon Fin?
Woody, the Queen is trying to charge here under the rage. Had to pop the Royal Cloak, unfortunately, but she can reach that Town Hall there. Had it, took out the enemy Queen, but there is this Eagle Artillery, which is going to probably be firing onto the Hogs. That Queen stays alive here, and he's moving through, still has the Grand Warrior Internal Tome. Probably when it splits, pops it now through the Eagle shots. Town Hall goes down. Actually, the Queen is actually aggroing and holding on to that Expo, so it's not hitting any of the Hogs. Drops the heal, moving through another rage. Queen goes all the way up and around the base. Has some back-end Hogs, but I'm trying to see the Hogs, if they're making it through this core. It looks like they're getting picked off one by one there and losing the strength in the middle.
They are, yeah. There were a couple of, it looks like Tesla traps along the outside of the base that kind of messed with the pathing a little bit of these Hog Riders. Not being able to go after that Eagle Artillery until almost the very end of the raid has also been a big detriment for Lance Lata's Hog-based army here. That splash damage has been devastating for the Hog Riders, and with the last couple spells left, he's going to use them on this Archer Queen to try to push through the center of the space, gut out the remaining defenses, and find as much cleanup as he possibly can.
Still has that heal spell, but unfortunately, the Hogs are all gone at this point. Gonna try to get as much percent. Just watching here, has the Wizard on the outside. Queen is taking fire from that Eagle Artillery. About 40 seconds left in the raid. Is there gonna be enough? Maybe drop that heal for the Archer Queen, but no, the Queen's gonna go down to these Eagle shots here, and then that Wizard is gonna go down as well. Finishes off at a 71% 2-star.
There we